We've had tremendous amount of rain today. Oh, I forgot to fix my autofocus. Oh, I forgot. Come on, open up. Hello, 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 everyone.
Hi, we're barely
Oh, and
here.
yeah, the other thing I forgot to do was to do the. Let me take care of the camera first.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to do the subscribers only thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the autofocus is off, but we'll turn it on and then turn it off, and that should make it work. Hello, Brittany.
Hi, Brittany. Good to see you. Hi, Patricia.
Hi, Patricia. I am off fixing things, so I can't see the chat, but Lisa will watch it for me. I know.
I'm doing my best.
I know.
Today, that feels like it hasn't been good enough in most fronts, but hopefully
Yeah.
I'll do better here than I have with the puppy or the daughter today.
Yeah.
Or the mom or the son. It's like everybody needed something this morning. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Hi, Sharon. Glad you're here. Well, I'm going to go ahead and confess. I didn't
Okay.
measure these squares. I just assumed that they were 12 by 12 and they were not. So I only got 8 out of, I thought I was going to get 12 and I only got 8. So 2 people are going to get these that I've already done.
But those
Um,
are beautiful.
they are. They're actually probably prettier than the ones the other 8 are going to get. But we're going to work on these and hopefully they will become acceptable.
Acceptable. Hi, Patricia, and hi, Sharon, and hi, Brittany. Um, I am finding something to make covers for my book for when I do my postcard book.
Oh, that's
And
good.
it,
Hi, Amy. Amy
I can't.
Morse and Annelle Sampson are both here.
Well,
Good
hello,
to see you
Amy and
both.
Anna. Um, I have to admit I don't have much in the way of brain cells today, so we'll
Well,
just
that's
work with
okay.
whatever we've got. So,
Between us, maybe we have one brain.
maybe that might be possible. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to be inking in coffee because it's the easiest one to grab.
Okay. Well, see, there you go.
Um,
So, okay. So this was supposed to be 12 by 12 too, Lisa. And I have an eighth of an inch difference.
Well, you can squeak it in maybe, but mine was a half an inch difference and that wasn't
Yeah.
quite the same.
Well, and I'm gonna cut this all up for postcards anyway. So
Yeah. And these did not flatten out like I was hoping they would. So, not sure how the inking is going to go. We're going to just do like that. So, there's the background.
well, that's cool. Sorry for my dryer, guys, but it's been one of those days.
So, well,
Okay.
when the puppy wakes up, your dryer probably will sound like nothing. I had I had to move stuff around so I could bring his crate out here because um I can't get him. I can't leave him in the house too long.
No,
With
because
you know, and I was
you don't know if
afraid
he
if
has
I
to
did,
potty.
yeah, exactly, and he would get frantic when he couldn't. You know.
Hmm.
Anyway, I thought, man, I wish I'd kept my baby monitor. That would come in really handy right now.
Yeah, because
But
it
I
meant
don't have it. It's
you
been
had to
20
tote
years,
the
so no, I don't have it.
yeah you had to tote the
I
crate out
toted the
and
crate
everything.
out. Yeah. I had this new little rolling table I got at the garage sale for $5 that I'm putting the projects I'm working
Mm-hmm.
on this table. It has one little shelf underneath and then the top, and then there's room for my trash can to fit underneath it. And so I just moved the stuff off the top of it and put his crate up there so he could see me.
Well, we're going to find out if I have the ability to glue anything today, because I just realized I left my glue pin out yesterday
Uh-oh.
afternoon when Jeff came in from his dad's. I had left the door on our front door. We have one of those things like in a hotel room,
Yeah.
that kind of a lock. And
Did his dad get to come home?
yes, his dad came home.
Good.
But Jeff spent the night because he was so weak. He almost fell over trying to get out of long pants into short pants.
Uh-oh.
They can't do any procedures until, hi Sherry, until next week.
Hi, Sherry.
It's not. And they didn't even check him into the hospital. They kept him overnight on observation, which is going to screw with the insurance, and Dad signed the papers because he was so out of it.
Yeah.
So that was the other thing the other night. Dad was so completely out of it when we brought him home from the hospital that I said, Jeff, you cannot leave him alone. And Jeff stayed most of the day, and he's been calling doctors and all that kind of mess. Then Perry's been going over intermittently and whatnot. Hi, Dana.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad Perry can help, because
Well,
that's
he
hard
would
to
have
be
helped.
the only one.
Yeah, he would have helped the other day, but
He had his own issues.
he was a little indisposed.
Hey, Dana. Good to see you.
So it was a very interesting day. Yeah. And the sedative that they gave Perry, not yesterday, the day before, really toasted him. When he got out of the car at home, he said, Tanya, I don't feel so hot. He said, I don't like this feeling. And I said, well, is it like you're really, really drunk? He said, I haven't been this drunk in a very long time. I was like, okay. So, needless to say, I had to walk him in and get the door open. Hi, Kay.
Hi, Kay.
Get him settled. And I'm like, do you want food? And he said, yes, but no. Because he says, I don't think I can eat it right now. So, I left him to his own devices, and about an hour later, I called him and I said, well, he said, well, I must have slept. So I was like, okay. And anyways, he was all right, but oh, Dana, I'm sorry about that. We're gonna have to. There's Perry knows what the law is called, but I think we're gonna have to take Dad's car away from him. He won't give it up, and there's gonna be a problem. We just know it is. So it's not gonna be a pleasant time.
No, it won't. That is so hard.
Well, and the thing of it is he never was a good driver, and now he's a really bad driver. We're all afraid to get in a car with him.
Yeah.
So
well, my mom and stepdad are both not feeling good.
uh-oh.
I know. Anyway, they're just staying home away from everybody, and I'm just checking on them and seeing, what I can do. But so far, Mom says they just feel yucky. They're not, like they've got a cold. They're just, but they're not gonna, go anywhere or do anything.
Yeah.
But so I went to do some shopping for them this morning, and it reminded me of back for the, a year and a half, I did all their shopping for them. And I was constantly getting a text. Oh, could you add this to the list? Could you add this to the list? Do you think they carry this? If they do, could you add this to the list? And that's what it was like this morning. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
Well, luckily my mother doesn't know how to text, so.
Well, they're doing pretty good, but it was.
That's a
you need
really.
to be careful. So.
I'm glad he wasn't hurt, though, Dana. That's. Of course, Jeff's dad is the one who's the. Now, this was not Dad's fault. Just have to understand, this was not Dad's fault. A bicycle totaled my father-in-law's car. Bicycle. And the bicyclist got a ticket, and it wasn't the first ticket he had. He ran a stop sign coming down a hill, and he hit the A pillar, which is the thing that holds. It's between the windshield and the
Hi, Barbara.
Door. Hi, Barbara. And damaged it bad enough to total the car. Oh, Dana.
I know someone, and I don't know if y'all know anyone in law enforcement, but their dad wouldn't stop driving. And no, actually, I think it was their mom. It was their mom wouldn't stop driving. And they had a police officer that they knew, but she didn't. And so they set it up where when she left the house one day, he followed her, and they said, well, maybe we're being too hard on her. Would you just follow her and see what you think? And if you think that she's dangerous to herself and others, then stop her and tell her that. And maybe an expert, can get by with it where we can't, And that cop stopped her, and he said, he gave her a list of all the things he saw her do in the last 3 blocks or whatever it was, And he said, you really, it's time for you to retire from driving and enjoy the pleasure of having other people drive you around. And he said, in fact, I think I'm going to drive you home. So he drove her home, and his buddy, followed him so he could have a ride. But then he called my friend, and he said, you were not wrong. Your mother does not need to drive. And I told her so. He said, in fact, I told her I was going, that she had to promise to give up her keys to her kids or some family member, or I had to take them. And anyway, I don't know if you could get somebody to do something like that, but
I don't think we have to. I think that there's actually, because of his age, there's an actual law.
Well, that's
Vanessa.
Good.
Hi, Simone. I just wanted to
stop you
and say hello to everybody.
I'm glad y'all are all here. I'm glad I'm here. I didn't know if I was going to be able to be out here or not. I can't believe that puppy is still sleeping. It's like every time I needed him to do something, I needed him to sleep so I could do something, he wouldn't sleep. And then the rest of the time he was sleeping. So, and he would wake up just when it was time to take Hannah to work or whatever, But he's just laying over there sleeping away. I'm so glad that we have not been stupid enough to try to keep the house quiet when he's asleep, because we'd be in trouble right now if we had.
Yeah, that never really works very well.
No, it doesn't. It's always better to but he's not really startled by noises too much. Now, if it's a real sharp noise, it'll startle him, but he doesn't ever act afraid. Except I in the middle of the night, when he had to go out for his little bathroom break, the train was coming through town honking its horn. And it must have honked 6 times, as it was, because it's not that far behind our house.
Right.
and he came over and hid by my leg for that, and I just picked him up and I said, "It's okay, it's just a and I just talked to him like it was no big deal. And um but that's the first time that he heard something like that, because it was big
Yeah.
and long.
Yeah.
But
Yes, Dana, we can. And I'm afraid that may be what we're going to have to do. So, but this was something different. It was medical, and he ended up in the hospital. So, um, and then, like I said, he was so weak after being in the hospital overnight that we just couldn't leave him alone. So Jeff spent the night over there, and then, like I said, Perry's been going to work, and then after work, he's been yesterday and today. I mean, Jeff was over there yesterday morning, but Perry went by in the afternoon after work, and he was going over again today. So, and my mom is feeling way better.
oh, good.
Med was it? Yeah, last Thursday was when I finally got her something. Because last Thursday is when we got on just and talked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the morning I was able to finally get in touch with the doctor and say, what we've got is not working. I need something different. And so she's been, I talked to her last night. Let's see, I didn't talk to her she was feeling better already, but then I didn't talk to her for a couple of days. Also, being allowed out of her room is a big deal because, meals out of a styrofoam carton are not really good.
That is true.
And so being able to go downstairs and get her food and all that kind of stuff really made a difference too. So, um, yeah, the anger. My dad, Dana, gave his up. I wasn't there, but I had already told him that I wouldn't ride with him. I had told my dad, I said, I'm sorry, but you're too easily distracted, and I'm not riding in a car with you. So whenever I was there, I drove, and I had been there, and anyways, he'd had to go to the neurologist for another little visit, and Mom said he walked out of the neurologist's office and handed her the keys. Said, I don't think I can drive anymore. So I don't know what the neurologist said, but he said something, and Dad decided, well, that was the end of it. Hi, Andrea.
Well, it's a good thing he was wise enough to think instead of just feeling pressured.
Well, his dad had a different kind of dementia. It
Oh,
wasn't.
that's real straight. Look at that. Good grief, Lisa.
Oh, I scribble
It
on
went,
mine. I don't. That's all right. Don't worry about it.
okay.
We
I'm going to
make it.
scribble a little bit
I was going to
beside
say,
it.
make it fun. Just woggle it.
Okay, there we go. It's gold, so that helps.
Oh, there you go. It's gold. That's all that matters. It's
But it is
gold.
very crooked. Uh,
But Dad's dementia affected his speech and his ability to get the words that he wanted. He didn't forget who we were. The only time he ever tried to get out of the house when he shouldn't have, my sister was there, and my mom was going somewhere, and my sister pissed him off. So he probably needed to escape her, not not the
yeah.
house. Well, so but so he was never a flight risk or a wandering risk where his brother had wandered all over the neighborhood, kind of thing.
Thank you, Barbara. This cute little postcard stamp, Becky sent it to me. It's
Oh, it's
from
adorable.
Beeswax. It says beeswax. So I'm assuming that's the company that made it. But yes, it is. It's very nice. I'm so glad I have it.
Well, and they probably won't be able to tell either, Dana, if he did or not. So, and my mom has a vision problem. She has a blind spot in one eye, a bad one, and it's been there for a long time. Um, she was one of the first people to ever have laser surgery back when I was still, I was in high school. And because she had bleeding in the back of her eye. And that um, had has caused some issues again. And because of it, she's always had this blind spot. So parking has always been very hard for her because she's got that spot where she can't tell how far away something is. So she'd had a couple of little, she got a parking lot ding, and then she had an accident, which was, we all had those before. And
Yeah.
then somebody totally messed up her car in the parking lot. Was totally not her fault. Anyways, they were going to raise her insurance because of her age. And she said, Tanya, come October, I'm not going to drive anymore because I'm not paying that for insurance, which is fine. But
Yeah.
that's why we moved her last fall, because if I'm not here and there's nobody to drive her, of course, Jeff's brother, apparently he called her 3 or 4 times while we were gone to find out if. Thank you, Andrea. Oh, and if his blood pressure dropped, there's no telling what happened, Dana.
Yeah.
And Perry's really good about, that
Sounds
was.
like he's a good man.
Oh, he is. He's a very good man. His puppy's about the same age as yours.
Really?
He told me he's about 8.5. No, because yours is weeks old, right?
Yeah, it's 9 weeks. It was 9 weeks old Tuesday.
No, I think that maybe he told me it was 8.5 weeks old, because it's a puppy. It's definitely a puppy.
Yeah.
And he just went and got her um a week, maybe a week ago. Um,
Well, I tell you, this little guy is so smart, and he's doing so good with everything except biting.
no,
And so
he's got chewy teeth, huh?
he has got everything it needs to be herded, and he's going to bite it and tell it where to go.
Oh, I see.
And
Oh.
and and then the tug thing too. So
Mm-hmm.
the combination of cow dog and pit bull has got him being a chewer and a biter.
Oh boy.
The chewing you can, I can deal with. We got buy lots of toys and for him to chew.
Mm-hmm.
And he's much better about when I tell him, when he tries to mouth something like, to bite something, um, things. If I say and kind of
Mm-hmm.
pull on his leash, he stops and goes and does something else. But right now, it's the play biting with us that's the
Ah.
problem.
Mm-hmm.
And and he does it, when he kind of is overtired.
Yeah.
And so we're having to learn. We're slow. He's fast, but we're slow. So we're having to try to learn how to do this puppy thing. Um, I haven't had a puppy in so long, and I was working when I had my other puppies, and they were outside. And by the time they were this old, they were outside, except at night. And so, you know, I just play with them, and but I wasn't trying to um, turn them into members of the family.
Right.
But with
Mm-hmm.
Cubby, I discovered I like having, if I'm going to have a pet, it's going to be a member of the family now. I'm not going to have a pet that's just left to its own devices. That's just mean. But I didn't know it back when, you know.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Get him another puppy to chew on. Well, that is a lot of his problem, Andrea. Good, glad you're here. Is that he had 10 other puppies to chew on um, until we got him. So, and so we have to be, you know, and the mama was taken away from him at 6 weeks. So she wasn't there to correct him.
Yeah.
And so they were just kind of left to their own devices and fed and watered, you know, which was one reason we were happy to get him out of there. But it's still, um, it's just difficult at the moment, but it will get better. I'm sure it will get better. And eventually I will get to sleep again. It's like having a new baby. So,
Hi, Artie.
yeah. Well, you know, the set of puppies I had, the daddy for most of them was a pit bull. And I only kept one of the puppies, but she was the gentlest, sweetest dog I have ever had. And she was just incredible. And the kids in the neighborhood would come play with her, and they just loved her, and she was so sweet to them. Um, and that's my only experience personally with a pit bull puppy. But she had, you know, she played with with her mom out there, and her mom taught her manners, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but I ended up, unfortunately, having to have her put to sleep because she got epilepsy that was so bad. She was having like, um, she would have like 10 or 15 seizures,
Oh.
and the medicine was not helping. And that was at night while I was home. And I don't know how many seizures she was having during the day, but
They.
but she did get mean when she was coming out of those seizures. She would bite at me or bite at her mom. And I thought,
Mm-hmm.
I cannot, take the chance of her biting one of those children that's used to coming and playing with her.
Right.
And, you know, if she did it, it wouldn't even be her fault, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and I asked the doctor, I said, is there anything, you know, is there anything is this going to get better if this medicine's not working? And he said, no, it'll only get worse. And it did. It progressed till it was like she was having 20 seizures a night.
Mm.
And, you know, that does a toll on your body as well as, um,
Yeah.
you know, and she was such a beautiful, healthy dog, except for this epilepsy that it broke my heart and his too. He sat right there and cried with me when we put her to sleep. So he said, she's so beautiful and she's so sweet, you know, and I was such a good dog. I was like, I know. But
Oh,
I didn't have a
Mindy's here. I almost missed her coming in. Hi, Mindy.
Hey, Mindy. She self corrects with a bone in her mouth. Yeah. Well, we're praising him mightily every time he picks up something, you know, a bully stick or a chew toy or something and chews on it. He gets lots of praise for doing that, and he gets the and pulled away when he's, you know, chewing on something else.
Mm.
So he's figuring it out. But okay, I got to get busy here and get these things done instead of I've been flattening them out and just piddling. But
That's
that's
the
not.
thinking part of the. You've got the other brain cells. I'm not using them. We discussed the fact that together we might have a brain today. So, and if this weather doesn't stop with this huge, these huge thunderstorms every afternoon, we're having our June weather now.
Well, we didn't get any June weather, and we're still not getting it. It's very
Well,
frustrating. Okay, I got some birds and some butterflies.
No, Dana. Oof. Hi, Dawn. Welcome, welcome. Hi.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Dana. I know how horrible that is.
Yeah.
Hi, Dawn. It's been a long time since I've seen you. Welcome. Glad you're back. I'm glad you said Dawn Boss because I wouldn't have known that Random Journal
Me,
Bits Dawn was you if you hadn't.
me either. I wouldn't have. I would have known either. Oh yeah, it is. It is horrible hot, Dana. I totally agree.
Well, we think it's horrible here and we don't have the humidity you have, but it's been 105, 102.
Well, and it can be 80 here, but when it's 99% humidity and not raining, that's
Yeah.
when it's just so uncomfortable that you can't even function.
Well, it's like you're drowning in it.
Yeah, well, and that's it. It's like, and you can't keep the car cooled off because it just doesn't. Now, my car works, my air conditioner works much better now that I have a new belts and a new harmonic balancer. I'll tell
Well,
you
that's
that.
good.
It works way better now. Hmm.
I'm going to have to get my actuator replaced again. That
Oh
does not make me happy.
no,
The
no.
When I first got the car, when I got in it the first time, um
Uh-huh.
and turned it on and it was going tack 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 tack, and
Yeah,
then it,
I remember.
and he said, well, it's the actuator, and he got it replaced,
Yeah,
and which was fine, and until now, and
doing it again.
now it's doing it again. So so that's a little frustrating. Okay, I think I like the butterflies. I'm not as certain about the birds. I like them. I just don't know. This one's too pale. I think it just kind of hides. So we'll put
Oh,
that one
I would
back.
imagine as the way he went through that greeny bone the other day, Mindy, that puppy would have a stuffed animal turned into mush in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Can you see
Yeah, and
Mindy's comment?
a stuffed animal, um he wants to eat everything too. And
Yeah.
he would tear it up and eat the stuffing, and that would be dangerous. We've got some soft stuffed things for him to play tug with. And I ordered one, but for right now we've got one that's not quite as long that Hannah made, that is a flirt pole. Have you ever heard of that?
Nope.
But it's a pole, about a 3 foot long pole that has a rope attached to it, and you put the tug toy on the end of that, and then
Oh.
you can just stand or walk, and you can make that thing go and really wear that puppy out. But when Hannah does it in the house, she just kind of goes back and forth in this one area, and he learned really fast that if he stops in the middle and watches, that he can catch it on its way back. So so he so he doesn't chase it all the time. I was like, well, you gotta change it up, girl.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
She
he's
goes, he's
no
too
dummy.
smart. That's not fair.
Yeah,
But
he's no
outside,
dummy.
it'll be a good way that I can
Yeah.
exercise him. But it's too
Hmm.
hot right now to exercise him outside. It's just too hot. In
Yeah.
fact, we have like this little strip of shade under the apricot tree during the day, and that's where he wants to go to pee and do everything because it is just too hot to touch the ground.
Yeah.
In fact, uh, there's also the fence makes a really little shallow, on one side, a shallow
Shady
shade.
spot. Uh-huh.
And so he goes from the apricot tree down that fence line. The problem is that fence line has ants.
Oh.
And so I don't like taking him there. Thank you, Barbara. But anyway, he's got lots of chew toys and he wants things that taste good. rather than just a stuffed animal to chew on. He likes to throw, if he got a hold of one, he would pick it up and he would throw it, and then he would go get it and shake it
Mhm.
and then throw it, um and that'd keep him happy a little bit. But then when he gets tired, he just sits down and chaws on it. And so we're like, no, we take it away and give him a bully stick,
Yeah.
and he likes that. Those greenies though, he really likes those because they're soft enough for his little puppy teeth to actually feel good.
Yeah. Mhm.
And but it's not it's not coming as easily, um the not chewing, as I was hoping. I know I was being, um I was wanting
Optimistic.
things faster than I can really have them. But um anyway, there's another little butterfly.
Those are really pretty, Lisa. Yep. Mhm. Mhm.
Thank you. Yeah, he loves those greenies, but he can chew one up and ingest it in about, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It is, well, it may be my grandchild, Andrea. It may be the only grandchild I get. But oh, I don't think I like those. So part of what I thought I was gonna do, I'm not gonna be able to do with
Okay.
these because they're not,
They just don't show up well.
they
I can
just
see
don't
where
show up. Yeah.
yeah. Uh-huh.
But let's see. These flowers will. Let's cut some of these out.
Oh yeah, those would show up real well. Come
And
on
I'm
now,
gonna
don't
put
miss the
these
hate.
with the butterflies. I can do that. He's just laying there looking at me. Okay. Where are my scissors?
He says, "You're talking. Why are you talking?
Who are you
Talking,
talking to?
talking." Uh-huh. That's what he said. He says, she doesn't usually talk that much.
That's true. I don't. But he
Hmm.
does. He does. He is calmer when he can hear my voice. So,
Mm-hmm.
like if he's fussing, and I'm in the other room, if I say I'll be back in a minute, he'll calm
Yeah.
down. Um, but anyway, we got. I I'm just ready to get some sleep again. Of course, I told Hannah, you know, this is not nearly as bad as when you were a baby,
That's
and the
right.
no sleeping thing. But I was younger then, so. But she takes him, when I get up. I mean, I'm up with him, in the night, and she takes over every morning and feeds him and exercises him, and um, they have fun together every morning. So, in fact, I was giving him breakfast the other morning, and he looked at me like, and he started whining like, "Wait a minute, you're not supposed to do this. That's
Uh-huh.
Hannah's job. Where's she?" Because I
Yeah.
was letting her sleep in, and
He's missing his Hannah time.
yeah, I said, "Well, if you don't want it, and I got up and started to walk away. He was like, "Oh," and he laid down. He was like, "Okay, I'm being good. See, I'm being good."
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But we've got he's doing pretty good with sit, especially when it comes to food. He knows if you get the food out, he has to sit quietly or he doesn't get it. So he's doing good with that. Not doing as good with down, but that's new. We just started trying to work on that yesterday. So he's learning those kinds of things really quick. But when it comes to the not wanting to bite, that's where we're having the troubles.
Yeah.
But
Um, take treats and commands and sit, shake, roll over. Yeah. I don't know that they're walking much outside right now though. Um,
Yeah,
because it's so hot.
it's too hot, and we're not going to take him. Well, first of all, we want to get all his shots before we take him out, like to a park or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want him to be more reliable on a leash before we go out, because it's really hard to train him with all the distractions at
Of
the
other
park right
dogs.
now or
Yeah.
on the way to the park or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But I'm definitely looking forward to being able to go for walks with him. That was one of the things I wanted the most, because I know that it will help me, my physical, exercise, to get out and
Mm-hmm.
take him for walks. So, um, but right now I'm getting exercise, just taking him out every 20 minutes to pee. No, it's not that bad. Sometimes, because
Uh-huh.
our back porch is so hot. It's like hotter than the cement. And whatever they made that out of, it's just really hot. And so I
Yeah,
don't need
Mindy,
to put him down until we get off of it.
she told me last week he had only made 2 accidents in the house last week. So he's
And those
even
were my
waking.
fault.
uh, You hear those were her fault, and he even wakes up in the night and tells her he has to go outside to go potty. So he's doing really well.
Yeah, it'll be, he hasn't figured out how to, come to me and say, I need to go outside. Right now we're just catching him in the act. And so,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in sniffing around, when you're playing with him and he stops playing and starts sniffing,
Oh yeah.
it's time. And so, it's when the only times he's, you know, peed in the house is when I didn't, I thought, well, we haven't been playing that long. And so I didn't, I didn't heed that. And,
Yeah. So
but he had never been in a crate before, but he definitely from the very beginning, um, would get frantic to go out because he did not want to mess up that crate. And
yeah.
that's just instinctive, but it's a really, and which is one of the nice things about training them with a crate, is that you can hone in on that. But anyway, I'm trying to learn so I can teach.
Well, Perry says his puppy is sleeping right beside his bed at night, and when he needs to go out, he stands up and he puts his head on the edge of the bed and noses Perry to wake up to go take him out.
Yeah, he must be a
Um,
bigger dog.
oh well, he's a lab,
Yeah,
so he's tall. He's got long legs.
right.
He doesn't have a much bigger head than your puppy, but he's got really long legs.
Yeah, Cubby. I keep calling him Cubby. um, Sparrow does not
Mm-hmm.
have long legs, but they fit his body. I mean, he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't look, you know, they don't look extra short. Um,
No,
but
no.
Cubby had really long legs, and so
Yeah.
okay.
I can't remember what Perry named this puppy. He just got him just a little bit ago because he lost his other puppy a few months ago. Of course, she was old.
Yeah,
She was a blue heeler. That one was because that's a they bite at your heels to make you there. She herded. She wanted to
yeah,
herd. Yes.
Yeah, it's a
And she was,
version of the Australian cattle dog. Blue heelers and
yeah,
red heelers are, yeah.
yeah,
At least what I read said that.
yeah. But she was a short, little stocky puppy with gray hair.
I'm getting glare on the. I'm thinking that I like
Oh,
that
that's
for this
pretty.
one.
That's pretty.
So we're going to ink those a little bit and then glue them down and find some words.
Okay.
Ink, where did it go? Ah, there it is.
You know, I was going to leave a space for my title for the front cover, and I somehow have not left it.
We do have a leash on him. Dar, in fact, we keep a leash on him all the time just so he gets used to having it. And so we can grab him when he starts to do something that would be a poor choice and stop him.
Ah, oh, you
So,
mean like eat your shoes or something?
yeah,
Mhm,
like that.
mhm.
Or chew on the rug or,
Mm.
those kinds of things. But we're working on follow me and, having him come and stay at our left side and walk, following us. But we're doing that with treats. At this point, trying to, we're just trying to get him to think that we're important enough to follow.
Do you see Barbara's question?
Oh, no.
She just asked
Well,
it.
um, Barbara, when we were looking online and there's this Facebook group called Amarilla Pets for Free. And so it's people who are giving away puppies. And so we didn't choose him because we were choosing his breed. We just chose to give one of these puppies from this home a home. So because she was going to take them, um, if she didn't find them a home, she was going to have to take them either to the pound or one of those rescue places if she could get someone to take them. And I thought I would rather have him before he actually has to get to one of those places. And so mainly his age and the way he behaved when we went to pick him up were the reasons that we chose him. But it wasn't like we were looking for this breed. We didn't have a breed specific that we wanted. I just wanted something a little smaller than Cubby was, but not too little. I wanted it to be big enough to have a good size bark, so that it makes me feel safer at night, and eventually he will not be in the crate at night, or we'll leave the door open or whatever.
Yeah, so it can go in his crate if he wants to.
Yeah.
Dana, I love these Uniball signal pins. I love them. I buy them all the time, and unless I've let one sit too long without the cap on it, they seem to work very well for me. I love the how opaque the white is, even more so than than the Posca pins. So um, I just really like these pens. Now every once in a while, and I'm going over Mod Podge, so it can be ornery, but it seems to work real well. I
You know what?
I try to what
I just threw away some magazines because I had the stuff out of them I wanted, and I thought I have got so many things to use for gluing. I don't need this. Keep these. I was so proud of myself, and now I'm sitting here and I can't find a single one to do my gluing with.
uh-huh.
Just use a book. I've got like 10 of these books, and so I have a lot of these book pages. So I'm just
Yeah.
going to use them. Isn't that going to
Hmm.
make a pretty journal?
It's gonna be a beautiful journal. I don't remember seeing those before.
Now, I got
You think
those
you're too
at that
heavy-handed?
antique sale. Well,
Oh,
when,
uh-huh.
when the lady told us just to come and, you know, um,
Mm-hmm.
just, come get stuff.
I
That's
don't
when I
know,
got it.
Dana,
This has,
because I'm not real gentle with these pens, so
when I have trouble with those pens, it's because I've didn't use them and let them dry out.
yep, that's what
That's the
happens
only trouble I have with
if
them,
you
and that is very frustrating because then
yeah,
it's your fault. You didn't use
yeah,
them.
and that's
So if you
when
buy those pens, do not hoard them.
no, you
It does
gotta
not
use
pay
them.
to hoard them.
You gotta use them.
Now sometimes, I have to roll it on my finger to get it to start or
Well, I've had to scribble
restart or
over.
whatever. But
I've had to scribble over here on my cardboard because it's it'll get kind of dry on the tip, but
yeah, I cannot believe he's still laying there sleeping. He's
well, he
probably
was up all night. What do you expect?
well. And then I had to take him in the car, put him in the little car seat um, to go pick up Hannah from guitar practice. I mean,
Uh-huh.
guitar lesson. And he hates that thing, but I want him to be safe. And so,
Yep.
um, he's got a halter that it attaches to, and it just keeps him, kind of in one
I've lost
place.
my audio. So,
Uh
why is that? Just so you know, Lisa can't hear you. So,
oh. Okay.
and now I can hear you again.
Okay.
Let's switch. Let's switch to this one and see if maybe this one is just
So
dead.
my left
I don't
one
know.
does that sometimes. It just stops working.
Okay, come on, go in
But
there.
this paper is really brittle. Brittle. It just if you fold it,
No. Yeah.
breaks like that. So, um,
I'm not real fond of Jelly Roll pens. Period. I'm not a big user of them. But then I almost I don't use anything but the black and white Poscas for the most part.
yeah.
So that's another you know thought about it. It's just that if yeah you just use what you use and everybody's got
Whatever works
different.
best for you.
Yeah, that's it. Whatever works best. And it really depends on what you do with it too. And the fact that I'm going over Mod Podge most of the time instead of Matte Medium, which is very different. Um, the texture is different, that kind of thing. And oh, and it's not just plain Mod Podge either, because it's Mod Podge with glue in it. So there's all those what do I want to call it? Little subtle differences for all of us that the way we work.
Yeah. Oh, I remembered I got some of these and some of these. And I wanted to put some of these. Okay. So I'm glad I went looking for words. Oh,
There you go. Have you used those rub-ons from Dollar Tree yet?
I have not.
Okay. They are very, very different. Very, very different than old-fashioned rub-ons. You want to cut out the one you want to use.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Thank you
because
for telling me.
uh I went to use it, used to be you laid the rub-on sheet down and you just rubbed on the one you wanted.
Right.
Well, when I rubbed that one on, all around it stuck because they're a little sticky on the back. They're not just plain rub-ons. And so you want to cut it out and then rub it on. They are very nice
Okay.
and they go down real nice, but you want to cut out the piece you want. That's for sure.
Thank you for telling me because I was, oh, hey, buddy. You need to go outside? I think we're going to have to take a break. I'm going to mute for a second and I'll be right back.
Okay. I just don't use them, Barbara. That's part of it. I've got I've got other pens and things, but for the most part, I have found I just use black and white. I've got paint pens here that are colors, and I'll bet you they'll dry out before I get them used because I just don't use them. So I gotta wait for those two spots to dry. So now I'm going to, where's my black ink? Oh, there it is. I'm going to ink the edges. This is going to be one of the covers for my postcard book. That's what I'm working on today is the covers for my postcard book. So I really think I want to put a little. I'll probably make a little white, like I don't know, maybe a ticket or something that says that it was the postcard swap and what year, and like summer 2022 or something like that on it. But I got to have a front and a back cover so that they're ready. So if you guys are going to make a book out of your swapped postcards, that's something you might want to think about, is to get a front and a back cover ready to go. I think that one will do. So now we need to do another one. Just one the same. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm sure you did, Barbara. And they would be really pretty. When Jean Peter does similar things to this, because that's where I would say my inspiration came from, is from Jean Peter. Her channel is Jean Peter Artist, right, Lisa?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I would say that's where my inspiration came from. And when she does this, she uses a lot of the colors of Posca pens and colors of different chalks and things like that, where I just use the black and white. So that's something that that's just the way I seem to work. So
Yeah, she does beautiful, beautiful stuff.
yeah, she does.
But she does use a lot of color. That's true.
Mm-hmm. Dana doesn't have any moonlights, but she plans to get. Barbara's got her covers made already. She did them last week when I was on, and she's including a Christmas card cut down from Holly. Oh,
that's sweet.
that's sweet. Yep, that will be good.
Okay, there's one.
Yay, that's beautiful.
And then I'm gonna, since I only got 8, some of you weren't here when I said this. My things were not exactly 12 by 12, so I only got 8 postcards out of it. So these are some I did another time that I'm gonna I'm going to put in with these. Okay. And I'm going to do another one with the butterflies and flowers because I have more butterflies and flowers.
There you go.
Um,
Somebody asked me on, oh, it must have been the Slash Your Stash video the other day because I think I used a pink butterfly. Was that where I used the pink butterflies? I think so. And she asked me where I got the butterflies, and those were Dollar Tree butterflies. And I got most of them a year ago, but I got some new colors here a couple months ago. I hauled them, so somewhere along the line, guys, I'm sure you saw them, but the I haven't seen any in the store since, but they had them that day, and I didn't buy any more pink ones because I don't tend to use a lot of pink, but I bought the turquoise ones and the golden ones because they were different butterflies than the ones we got a year ago. They were the same similar colors, but they were different butterflies. So I use
I
black
got
and
him
white a lot too.
a
Yeah.
new toy that it's a ball that you put treats inside, and when he rolls it around, treats come out, or it's just his
Ooh.
food. It's not treats right now, but he thinks everything's good, so he's happy with that. But he had never played with that before, so I was hoping that would keep him happy for a few extra minutes.
Reverse coloring mandalas. So it's colors and then you put black and white over it. That would make me think that's what it was, Barbara. It was colors and then you put black over it instead of, but I may be totally wrong. I am just guessing because I do that a lot.
Okay.
Okay,
I
I
think
can't
that one's
do this
just going to have
anymore.
two butterflies.
That's just not going to work. Where's Okay, I'll be right back. I got to get different glasses.
Alrighty.
Oh. Trying to doodle with the ones I read the Hi Melissa. Trying to doodle with the ones I read the computer with is not working.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Melissa. I'm glad you're here.
Well, I need bifocal. I need bifocal reading glasses. Oh dear. I can mail you a page or two if you want, Barbara. Okay, Mindy, Barbara? Do you see Mindy's thing? Maybe this will work. These are like 25 more than those were, so maybe I can. But my eyeballs were starting to go go different directions.
Well, I don't know how long, much longer I'm going to be able to be out here, but
Well, that's all right because I'm supposed to be working.
well,
Like
I
it's
was
like
going
it's
to
really.
ask you
Mhm.
to think about if there's any, and I don't know who else streams at this point, even at the times that I'm thinking about, but if there was a way we could stream together, like on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday morning, um, that would work better for me because Hannah could be watching the dog. But
Okay.
if not, we'll just keep seeing how if I can make it work like I managed to today for at least this long.
Okay. Well,
Anyway, you can think
I,
about it. We don't have to decide right now.
that wouldn't bother that wouldn't bother to me. That wouldn't bother to me. Um, I will just have to look and see what I already scheduled,
Yeah.
where, because mom schedules appointments for those days now because uh she knows
Because you
I
were
have
streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And not only that, because the bus will take her Monday, Wednesday, or Friday
Oh, yeah.
if I can't. So but I will take a look, and I'll message you.
Okay.
So guys, that may be something we're going to do, is change the day, and the time, maybe morning instead of afternoon, so that, because that would work better, at least for a while. And I wonder, it might behoove us to ask Picola, because she might know who is streaming which days that it's gonna, conflict, because I think Dee Dee streams Monday mornings.
Yeah. I was thinking that too, but I haven't been watching anybody in a while, and so um I just knew that, there are a lot of people that stream on the other nights, and I didn't know if you even wanted to mess with a night anyway, because I know that's harder for you.
It's a lot harder for me, especially when I can't always chill when my what do you call those arts beach shows are. Let me read what Barbara says in them. Okay. Oh, please don't try to change to Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings. Janet Young is on at noon Central Daylight Time on Mondays. Remember that mornings are 2 hours ahead of you. Two. Oh, because morning she'll be asleep. Oh, I see what she's talking about. Um, no,
Well,
she
I
didn't
mean,
get a food
I'm
job,
willing to
Dana.
keep trying, but I may not be able to be on as long if we keep it on
Yeah,
Thursday
on Thursdays.
afternoons.
Hannah has the same job, but she also has some school she's doing. So, um, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, she has school in the morning. If I'm correct, Lisa.
Well, she has to
Change.
go to work early.
Oh, she has
She
to go
has
to
to go
work
to
early.
work at she goes to work at noon on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and on Thursdays she has guitar.
Okay.
So Thursday mornings would not work for sure.
Yeah.
Um, and the other days we could do it, but I would have to do it earlier. And I was thinking
Mhm.
like 9:30 or 10.
Yeah.
And but it would have to be earlier if it was on Tuesday. So we can keep trying this. And it might get where he's used to it, and like today he got this treat that he doesn't normally get, and so far he's been good. But um anyway, it was just something I was just thinking it would be easier for me if I didn't have to try to make it work with him,
You
and I
wouldn't
could
have
just
you
let
wouldn't
Hannah
have to
watch over him.
yeah, you wouldn't have to try to bring him out to the studio,
Yeah.
and
Dee Dee is Monday and Wednesday early, off by 11 Central Time. Janet comes on Mondays at
at
12. Yeah. Well,
Wednesday.
I know there are other people who stream on, Thursday afternoons too, and Monday nights, and
Yeah.
so we're not going to be able to avoid, no matter when we stream, somebody is always streaming.
Right.
But
Mhm.
um anyway, I don't want to have to give up streaming with Tanya. In fact, I was thinking, until I remembered that night times don't work as well for you, I was thinking maybe I should just come on with you on Sunday and you just come on with me on Monday, and we just do
Well,
that and not do it any other time.
we might be able to do that, because Mondays are usually a day when I don't have um if I was going to do it in the evening, Monday evening, it'd probably be the evening that would work the best, because that is usually a day that I do not have a bead show, because A lot of times Mondays are open walls, if that makes sense for some reason.
Yeah.
Um, so that might be something we could consider. Uh,
Anyway, I was just trying, I don't want to give it up. And so I was just trying to think, is there something that might work better than, you know,
right.
and it was
Hmm.
mostly because the guitar lessons, that's got me just going all day, because I
Yeah,
have to get up and then I have to go to guitar lessons, then I have to go pick her up from guitar lessons, then take her to work and then stream and then pick her up from work. And it's, you know, um,
exhausting.
it is exhausting. And it's even more exhausting to try to figure out how to manipulate things so that he can be left in his crate, or should I take him with me, or, all of that. So,
Yeah. Hi Kay. I don't know if I said hello to you earlier, but yes, and that's true. When we just have to do it when it works for us. That's the one thing I have to say. Um, but you know, that's one of the reasons why we dropped from Tuesdays and Thursdays both, because both of us just couldn't keep doing that. We have a lot of other things happening. So, um, and it might be just about time to just go back to doing Sundays and Mondays, but maybe do them together. That might be.
yeah. No, Barbara, she doesn't drive. We it's it's expensive to insure someone, young like that. And we wanted to wait until she could actually have her own car, and before she does that. And so our plan is, when she starts to work full time, then we will get her a car, and we will, you know, she'll take class and learn how to drive and all of that. Because when you're over 18 and you sign up to do the in-car driver's ed part, when you get that permit, at least in Texas, um, the insurance company automatically puts you on the insurance in 3 months, even if you haven't got your license yet, because they say you're old enough.
You have to have your own. Hmm.
You should be able to have your own. You should, if you can't learn to drive in 3 months, then there's something else going on. It's kind of their way of thinking. Um, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Oh, is it in the place? Oh, it was hard here.
It got stuck somewhere where you can't get it, right?
Yeah, there's some this crate has like this little ditch all the way around the outside of the bottom, and when stuff gets in there, he can't get it out, and he gets mad.
Hmm. Yeah, well, I would too.
But right now, he's just wanting to play, so he's just jumping around and making a lot of noise. Um, Eventually, she's planning to start working full time in January. That's the plan at the moment, anyway. And so, I know, honey. I may be having to get off here in a second.
Well, that's all right. Because my eyes are about to give out anyways. That's part the whatever the deal is with the headache I've had for the last 2 weeks, is it's all about the weather. It has, it's not. anything detrimental or anything. It's just, it's in my face. But whatever it is, it's affecting my eyes. And so today is not, and I had those other glasses on so I could read chat. And instead of, I should have thought and known I shouldn't have done that. But
Yeah.
thanks, Barbara. Like I said, these are going to be the front and the back cover. So, because, you know, none of the postcards will be mine. So, her cat was wondering where that sound was coming from. So, and these were just actually I cut up, okay, a couple Sundays ago I took a piece of cardstock that I didn't particularly like, or you know, scrapbook paper, 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, and just stuck strips of scraps to them, and then I just cut that up today, and so I will have my my covers. So
Oh, baby. Oh, sweet baby. Yeah,
we have
I
to,
know.
you have to get him out and show him to everybody who didn't see him last week.
Oh,
When you're ready to get him out, when you're ready
well,
to, you know, get ready
he's
to
gonna
go.
just ramp up if I don't. He calms down for minutes, so
Okay.
I always try to make him being quiet when I actually take him out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So well, here he
Yeah.
is.
Whatever. Okay.
Say,
Just give me.
well,
Let me
it's
find.
kind of hard to see.
There
Kind
we
of hard
go.
to see the baby.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no,
He doesn't
goodness
want.
gracious.
He don't want to
Okay.
look at us. He only wants to look at
He doesn't.
you.
He's like, there's all this stuff down here. You want
I
to see?
can't sit there. There's no room for me.
There he is. There he is. Well, okay. Yeah. Okay. No, don't
He
bite on me.
he is a pretty color.
That's the no-no. That's the no-no. Yeah.
I think he was really good. He was good for over an hour.
Yeah. He was.
Okay, Dawn. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Okay. I really wanted to finish this one. Uh-uh. Don't bite. You know that's not good.
Bye, Sharon.
Oh, I know it. I know it.
Oh, those are going to be cute. Did you rub those numbers down already?
I did the 9, but I was just in the middle of doing the 2.
When he decided he needed out?
Yeah. Oh, here, chew on this for a little bit. Let's see if you can.
Yeah, don't you think they stick down better than old rub-ons?
They do pretty good, except I've got uneven ground I'm working with here. Um, and so but they stay in place really well while you're rubbing them. You know, you don't have to.
Yeah, that's the thing. I really liked how they worked. Hi, Mina. I could mail it to myself, but I just left the backs blank, so I'll just I'm gonna put a title on the front, probably like in a ticket of some sort. So, you know, or a couple of tickets. I don't know what yet. And I'll need to put Mod Podge over the top of this when it gets really good and dry, because otherwise it's I like to get the covers just a little bit. I was going to go back out just a little tiny bit. Come on, back up. There we go. That way it doesn't get scratched going in and out of the
Hey, go there and chew on this.
So I'm just going to do one for the front, one for the back, and just write on it.
No, you can't go that far.
But I don't think I need. I'm probably not going to try to mail it to myself just simply because I don't. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know that I really need to. Um, Besides, my post office would probably lose it if I mailed it to myself. Well, I haven't had a chance to ask Kathy when she mailed hers because they went to um, Missouri, but I she's right over there, just a few miles away, and I didn't get hers until last week. So, and I thought she had mailed them earlier than that. So,
Well, you're just trying to get yourself all tangled up here.
uh-oh.
He's never been out here before, so he's like, got to
Ah,
sniff
and
everything.
all that stuffs. Oh yeah. My mama's got stuffs everywhere.
Okay, no, you can't get back in there. Find the tiniest little spot and decide to go sneaking in there. Yeah, you can't do that. That doesn't work. Get down here and chew on your bone.
That'll be
No,
like the day the cat
there's
crawled up underneath
something
my
that smells good
dashboard.
over there.
Um,
Yeah.
when we would take
Okay.
the cat to the vet, I always put him on a leash because you know you don't want a loose animal in the car. And
Yes.
he was not a problem. He used to stay outside on the leash, but we'd gone to the vet. We were living in Nebraska, and we'd gone to the vet. And when we went to come out, everything was fine until we came out the door, and there was this giant dog, just giant, and it freaked the cat out. And when I put him in the car, instead of hopping up on the seat like he normally does, he slid up underneath my dashboard.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah, it was very interesting. Brandon and I had one heck of a time getting out from underneath there. Hello, Melissa.
No, don't bite.
Yeah, I mean, my post office is terrible. We don't go to our own post office very often. We go to the one that's north of us because, of course, Pensacola's got quite a few post offices, so that's makes it all right.
He knows he was not being good.
Oh, he does, huh? Is he
Yeah, he
hiding
was
his
biting,
nose?
so I put him back in the crate.
Ooh.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yep. Don't hide from Mama. She don't like that. Mhm.
I don't want to try to get back there and have to pick up any stuff.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
One thing about these is that they're actually transferred, even though sometimes they don't look like they're fully transferred.
Right. Uh-huh. Because they have some kind of plasticky thing over them. So they're not the same kind of rub-ons. They're more like a sticker.
Yeah.
But they do transfer off. So it's kind of a weird rub-on thing.
Anyway, that was fun to get to add some
Some of
numbers.
those. Uh-huh.
Gives it a little bit different look.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's really cool. When my gypsy was a puppy, she had a mousey she carried everywhere. When she was teething, it was nonstop squeaking. Oh, that would have drive me nuts. That would not have been good.
Hannah told me, Mom, we cannot buy squeaky toys for this dog. I will,
No squeaky toys. Uh-huh. I can't remember. I think it was Jeff's dog used to take the squeaky toys out. I think that's who told me that that dog they had when he was younger would
yeah.
take the squeaky toys out of everything. it would chew them until it got it out.
Well, I
Which
think I
that's
like
not
the
good
little
'cause
hummingbird instead of a butterfly on that one.
oh yeah, that would be perfect.
Okay. I've been leaving this.
The corner of his blankie, how cute. You've been leaving what?
That's right. No squeaky toys for Sparrow. Uh,
She'll remember that for Happy Beth. When my son was born, my sister purposely sent every toy she could find that made noise of some sort. She thought it was funny. So when her son was born, I packed them all up and sent them.
sent them back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep, yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, my sister kept buying things for Ethan that were like light bright.
Oh,
And when we got that, Darren said, "You've got to be kidding me. He's 2 years old. We're going to," she goes, "But he's so smart. He can do that light bright." I was like, "Oh, but we don't want those little tiny pieces everywhere."
yeah, well, unfortunately, Brandon wasn't but about 18 months or so when the first set of Legos came in our house. But now I think I kept those put up for a while because we had those bigger Lego things. What were they
Yeah.
called?
The Duplos.
Yeah, Duplos. And but it wasn't he was probably only about 3, but his small motor skills were really good. And now Light Bright not have interested him, but
It didn't
the
interest Ethan either. He was like,
yeah, the Legos
you know,
were everywhere.
yeah. Well, I took him. He was having trouble with writing. Um, the physical act of writing was just painful and brain numbing for him. And
Uh-huh.
so, um, when we were like doing math, he could tell me how to multiply things and tell me every step faster than he could do it himself on paper.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I I was talking to the chiropractor about that, and he said, well, his brain hasn't connected his small motor skills yet, but writing is still horrible for him. He still hates to write by hand. He would
Mm-hmm.
type everything if he, everything he can. But anyway, he said, you need to get him some Legos and get the small ones. So I thought, I went and looked and I found these micro Legos or mini or whatever they were. Anyway, they
Mm-hmm.
were just this tiniest little thing. And he just got frustrated with those,
Yeah.
And the chiropractor said, "Oh my goodness, honey, that's not what I meant. I meant don't get the Duplos." I was like, "Oh, I just got the smallest ones I could because that's what he told me to do."
Well, the
And I
only
got him
thing
some
that
other
I can
Legos,
remember,
and he just went to town.
yeah, the only thing I can remember coming in the house that ever frustrated Brandon, really, that he would play with was Connects, because he wasn't but around 4 when Dad bought him the first set of Connects, because that would have been maybe 3.5, about 4, I would say, and his fingers weren't strong enough. Connects they require not only the skill to find the spot to put it in, but then you have to squeeze it. It's really it's a push. It's pretty, they're pretty stiff.
Yeah,
And
yeah, we had
so
some of those too.
he would decide where it went and then hand it to you to push it in. He
Yeah,
also couldn't get them apart, which that was also very frustrating for him, because he would put some things together and take them apart. But
yeah,
we have a huge giant roller coaster and a Ferris. I mean, these things take up a whole living room, guys. I mean, that's how big they were. My dad was enamored with the things, and so the bigger the box, the better, as far as Dad was concerned. And the roller coaster, I'm not kidding, the roller coaster is like 4.5 feet tall and 6 foot long. And I still have all of those. They're no longer in their original boxes, but I have them and I have the papers for them. But Connect's frustrated him for a while until he got enough strength in his hands. Okay, now I'm liking that one too.
That is very pretty. I like it too. Very
Uh-huh.
nice.
Yeah, my sister was a mean aunt, but she was a pretty good aunt.
Okay.
I like that one.
I do too. It says the music of my heart. I thought that was
That one's
pretty.
perfect. Mhm.
This one says peace, happiness, and love.
Awesome.
And this one says, for we carry the heavens with us. So
Those are great.
I now have 5 of
How
the
do
10
I
ready to go.
How do I decide what designs to add to the triangles? Okay, haven't got a clue. Or rectangles. Here's the deal. This one, I followed the paint that was on the thing. That one too, I started to follow the paint. This one, I sort of followed the paint. This one was pretty bland as far as it's not pink. It's not solid all the way across there. But okay, this is the same piece of pink paper, and you see I put that in that one and this in that one. So, these 2 pieces of paper are the same. This one actually had a slight, okay, this design right here, there was a slight design in this piece of that stamp. So I kind of followed that and then added to it. One of the things I don't like is when I get, if I did, they need to kind of move, Barbara. And too much of this to me doesn't move. Okay. So that one is there and it needed to be there because it kind of had, it's got all these wiggly ones, woggly ones, whatever you want to call it. And then I've got a rectangle one to just throw it off balance. What does the one with the numbers say? Barbara wants to know, Lisa.
All right, just a second. I'm trying to get this. These cling things, wall cling things, they stick pretty good.
Yeah, they do. But that's it, Barbara. I just kind of, I don't know, whatever kind of comes to me kind of goes in there. Sometimes it's the paint that's underneath there. Sometimes it's totally different, like this one. I was getting too much of the, I don't know, that, so I put the big leaves in.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
This one says the music of my heart. The these have some kind of weird stuff. Some of them it's hard to know how to use them, you know.
Yeah, those are those Tim Holtz ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
And when it comes to dots or lines in the black, it's just I try not to do it all the same. That's all I can say about that. I try to use a mixture of whatever it is I'm doing.
Oh, here's a little bird that'll sit on there better, maybe. I think I like that okay.
Yeah, that's cute.
Except that part's not sticking. There we go. The only bad thing is he doesn't have any feet.
Oh, that's all right. His feet will be behind the Thank you, Mindy. His feet will be behind the branch, or they're tucked up underneath him because it's cold outside. So he's
Okay.
got to keep his feet tucked under him so that he keeps his feet warm.
I've got this one. It has these two little tiny birds. But I think they look way too tiny for that branch.
Thank you, Mina. Yeah, Lisa and I can do exactly the same thing, though. We can have the same supplies and it'll still look totally different. That is true with Same Sex Wednesday for sure.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is next Wednesday, right, guys? Is that right?
Yes, it
Barbara?
is.
Okay, Lisa knows. Oh, and Barbara, I got your message this morning. Thank you. That was no big deal. I just wasn't sure you would see an email, and because I was sending it kind of late, I wanted to make sure everybody got my email. But Same Sex Wednesday is next Wednesday. And Barbara and Lisa and Jamie and Maria and Jean Peter are all playing with me this time. So ought to be a fun Wednesday afternoon.
I think so. I had fun using the items. Okay, I feel like I need something.
Just don't know what right now.
I just don't know what. Yeah. I guess I could put the words right there.
Oh.
Just kind of hanging out and,
yeah.
Hanging out in the air. And if I was smart and thought in advance, I'd have moved it a little bit different. But I started putting it down from this side and
yeah. Yeah. And you've almost got November. Yay! Barbara's almost got November done.
Oh, you're so good. I am.
Well, I actually have November done, and the only reason December is not done is because December is the flip, and I have to make a cover, and I don't have that much leftover stuffs this time, so I have to figure out what I'm going to do about my cover. Last time, I used leftovers to make my cover, so
I always enjoy watching it when you do that.
So I'm gonna have to see if I've got enough leftovers from the last couple of rounds to see if I can make my cover.
Stick a little butterfly there.
Oh, that would be cute.
Hi, Kimberly. Glad you're
Kimberly.
here. It's been a while.
We're glad to be here.
But yeah, you realize July's half over already.
I know.
It's like, where did July go to? I don't know. I certainly didn't do anything this month that was, Of course, we seem to be having a lot of drama in July. I don't know why, but July seems to be full of drama.
Drama is exhausting.
Oh my gosh, it is. Oh yes.
It just needs an inspirational word, Sherry says. All right. Well, I'm going to see if I can find one. But I think I am going to put the butterfly on there too, because it just adds a little more color.
Well, I had thought I was going to call Helen and find out if she wanted to go, thrift store shopping this week, and and then I didn't. It's a good thing I didn't because my whole week went to pot. And
Yeah.
gardening and arting when you're not outside. Yay! My garden is. Oh, I better get outside and cut the eggplant because I'll bet you they're huge. Um, because I haven't been outside in a couple of days. About the only thing growing right now is the eggplant, my Okinawan spinach, which grows all year. Um, well, I shouldn't say all year. It'll die back in January. Um, my pumpkins, they're Seminole pumpkins, so they're more like a hard squash. They're happy, but they haven't started giving me any pumpkins yet. And I noticed there was some itty bitty cucumbers the other day, but I don't know if they're gonna make it because all this rain. Slowly working to not adulting anymore. Oh yeah.
I would just like a few days of non-adulting.
Oh well.
Just a few days. That would be fun.
I seriously doubt that that's ever going to happen for me. Yeah. We
Yeah.
tried to
Yeah.
do that Monday. Jeff and I decided we would take, you know, that's another part of the problem. I started my week with a day I thought we were going to go have some fun, and we were just going to, do some running around chore things that we had to do and go out to lunch and, maybe go to a thrift store or two. So that's what we did. But we spent more time doing the chores than the fun part. And then we got home, and that's when Dad's girlfriend called and said he's at the hospital, and not the good hospital, but the really bad hospital. And had been taken there by ambulance from the doctor's office, which that all kind of blew our whole rest of the day up, and the next day and the next day after that. So it was just one of those. That's why I said drama, 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 drama.
Maybe next week will be calmer.
Yeah, that would be nice. Mom's feeling way, way better. So that's a big thing. I was really worried for a while.
Well, I'm glad she's doing better.
Well, and having her fall out of bed, it was actually pretty funny when she told me what happened, but it wasn't funny, but it was funny. I just leaned over and I slid right onto the floor. Like, okay, Mom, whatever. It's like, I didn't laugh at her. I'm only laughing now.
Yeah. Now, since you know she's okay, and
Yeah. Well, and the nurse called, because if they have to go to the room for any purpose, they have to tell you that it's one of those, they're one of their rules. So they had to
yeah,
call me and tell me that they had to go help her up. And she said she is not hurt, and she had slid all the way around the room to get to her. She said she slid on her butt around the room to get to her couch. And I'm like, and she said, I asked her, I said, Miss Dorothy, why are you over here and your walker over there? Mom said, well, I was going to get myself up on the couch. It's like, okay. Like, all right, Mama. Uh-huh, uh-huh.
well, she had a plan. She didn't want to stay on that floor any longer than she had to.
That's right. She did. She didn't know how long it was going to take them to get there. So, enough of that silliness, that adulting thing. Yeah. Okay, let's do something fun with this one. Let's.
Well, Hannah and I are going to take a little trip
So you are going to
for a
go
few days.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're not going to do the thing in Paldra Canyon like we planned because we can't take a dog.
Oh,
So I
okay.
just started looking for places to go where we could take a pet. And I saw this place. It's a garlic farm in New Mexico that has a
Ooh,
little guest house.
that sounds like fun.
Yeah, I think it will be. And so, in fact, we went ahead and booked it before we even, you know, had a dog because we just were thinking we are going to get one before September.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Um, so we went ahead and booked it, and because she could take some time off then, and so.
Well, and
But
it's in New Mexico, so is it close to um, Santa Fe or any of those fun places?
well, they
Or
say it's an hour from Santa Fe and an hour from Taos, so it's kind of in between those two places, and they're both fun places. So.
yeah, um, I'm just
But with the
thinking.
dog, I don't know how much time we'll be spending doing that kind of stuff. Mostly,
Yeah,
Hannah
yeah,
just wants to go somewhere and paint, and
and relax. Yeah. Hi,
yeah.
Teresa. What's the name of the town? I'm curious.
And in Nundo, in Nudo, I can't. There's a little town not too far away, a few miles away, but I can't remember the name of it because we're mostly going to spend our time at the garlic farm.
Yeah.
Okay.
In it? No, that's Oklahoma. I was just trying to think where was close to within an hour of both Taos and Santa Fe.
And I haven't, actually looked exactly, where it is. I just know it's about, it's those places are about 5 hours away. So it's probably about
Yeah.
5 hours away. And I didn't want
Well,
anything further away than that. So,
it must be north of Santa Fe somewhere because that's about um it would have to go, if it's going to be an hour to both places, it's going to have to be north of Santa Fe, somewhere up in there. Of course, getting to Taos takes an hour anyways because of the hills and the twists in the road.
no,
Did
Mina, he is not, he's too young. And I'm sure they'll probably want to do that on one of his visits. He's only had one vet visit so far. So, um, just
Teresa? I can't remember. I'm going to look right now. Um, 'cause I no, I have not gotten yours yet, Teresa. Now that doesn't mean it's not out in the post box. We didn't get any mail yesterday, but I have not been outside to get the mail yet today. Um, it was pouring down rain. I mean, just unbelievably pouring down rain earlier. So, if you'll give me a minute, I'll go check and see if Jeffrey can. Got nothing in the mail? Okay. Any chance the Tea Fairy could come and take care of his wife? Oh, he's even getting up for me, isn't it? He says we got nothing in the mail, or at least I got nothing in the mail today. So, but that doesn't surprise me. Becky's postcard she's in South Carolina, right? North
yes.
Carolina, South Carolina, wherever Becky's at. It took 10 days for Becky's postcard to get to me. Thank you, hon. Appreciate it. Teresa has all of hers on the way. Yay!
Well, mine, I'm gonna be the late person. Mine are gonna go out tomorrow. But
Well, they should get here in time. Okay, now see how much it changes just by by adding more dots and white.
yeah, when you put the black on there, you think, wow, that looks so good. Then you put the white on, and you're like, wow, that looks so much better,
It's
even though
like,
it looked so good
oh,
before.
yeah, it's like, ooh, look what that did. Uh-huh. It's really wild what it does when it changes it. So, and these were strips, not little pieces. When I've done some in the past that were little pieces, they're a lot of fun to do too. But this was bigger strips that I had already. They were cut off of something for something else. Thank you, hon. Appreciate it. Oh, Teresa, that's hard. Oh, that's pretty, Lisa. What in the world
It
is
is,
that?
isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It is actually rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree.
Oh, well, no, that's not transfers I've seen before.
I know, I'd never seen them before either,
Those are
and they had just
cool.
this one.
Uh-huh. Those look like the old kind of rub-on transfers, but I still might cut them out before I started rubbing.
Yeah,
And can you tell which side is the transfer?
yeah, it's this side, because this side's too pale.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Those are pretty.
Anyway, we're
I'll have
gonna
to
find
keep
out if they work.
I'll have to keep an eye out, see if I can
Yeah.
find some of those.
Well, they're so vintagey. If I
Yeah.
ever see them again, I'll definitely get them. Mm.
That sounded like a very deep in thought kind of process.
Well, I'm trying to. I thought I wanted them on with this, but
But
because they're
now,
both,
hi
but they
Barbara.
both are turned. It just doesn't quite look right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we'll have to save that for something else and see if there's something else I can put on here. I could put this bumblebee.
Lisa, were you there Sunday when I showed the stamp set that Sherry sent me?
Yes,
Isn't that the cutest stamp set?
it is. It's
Guys,
adorable.
if you didn't see it, these are the little stamps that Sherry sent me. I had made a comment. She had used this little butterfly on her postcard to me, and it is so stinking cute. I had said I needed to know where she got it, and she sent me one. She sent me the whole set. I'm just they're gonna stay on my table. That's just the way it's gonna be. They're gonna have to live there.
The one bad thing I see about this is it does not stick to it, so you really have to hold it
You
still,
really
or it.
Yes, and it's the old kind of rub on, so they don't rub on as well.
Yeah.
That's
So we're just gonna hope that this will actually rub on, because otherwise
mhm.
I'll have to cover it up with something else.
It's not
He's
working.
laying there looking at me like, how long am I gonna have to wait right here?
Uh-huh.
But he's being so good. I'm taking advantage of it.
Oh, Teresa, honey. Thank you, Teresa. But our prayers are there.
Oh goodness. I have been praying for you, but I didn't realize about your husband, hon. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will definitely be praying for him. And for you. I've been praying for you already, but
It always amazes me what dots will do. And see, now this one looks a little naked. This, it just does. So it's going to have some more dots.
well, you better unnaked it then.
Yeah, because, we can't have it naked. Well, I'll at least accomplished one thing today. Because I'll have my covers done. I think they need a coat of Mod Podge over them though. So, but just an FYI, guys, it's always best to let the Posca pens dry for about 24 hours before you put Mod Podge over the top of it. I know they are supposed to be acrylic. I know they are supposed to be permanent. But believe it or not, I've had them move. Not really run or bleed or whatever, but move. So it's always best to have let sure that it's dry.
Well, that one didn't work so well. So
Uh-huh.
I'm going to have to put something else there.
So you might not want to buy more of those.
Well, if I had a smooth place,
Uh-huh.
put it on, it would work nice, I think. But this is very bumpy.
Yeah.
So it was just a little foolish to even try, probably. But I did. Okay. I've got to try to decide what. I'll put some tiny little flowers on here. Oh, those scissors are not working so well. Well, one good thing is that he's been pretty good, and I'm
That's
grateful
right.
for that. The bad thing is that now he's going to be awake and rowdy and wanting to go do something when it's time to go get Hannah.
Oh.
So he's going to have to go in the car with me and end up crying.
Fussing because he doesn't like that thing. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now what is it? Like a harness that you put
Well,
in?
the harness is what holds him in place, but there's
Mhm.
like a box
Okay.
that you put him in, and the harness keeps him from jumping out of it or.
Okay.
I mean, I've got a harness on him, and then there's a big clip that clips to the harness
Okay.
to hold him in place. But he does not like it.
Well, he
thought
probably
it
can't.
would.
He can't see either.
Well, I think that's it. And so when Hannah's in there, he puts his head out over the edge, and she puts her hand under it,
Mm-hmm.
and he whines then, but he doesn't, have a real fit. But no, that doesn't go. But when she's not in there, he just the whole way. And of course, that's he's got to learn though, because we're going somewhere in September.
That's right.
So,
Yeah. Well, and the more often you do it, the more he'll get used to it.
yeah,
That's the thing.
it's just torture for mom.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. 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 It's like a squeak toy. That's why they make
I don't know if
squeak.
I said hi to you, but
She just got here a few minutes ago.
okay. Well, I'm
I
glad
think.
you're here.
I mean, at least I think she just got here a few minutes ago.
Okay. I kind of think that those little things add to it and
Oh,
help
I
it
really like that. Yes,
look better.
they're
So,
wonderful.
okay. So we're going to start.
Barbara says he'll know by no September. He'll be a completely different critter.
Yeah, he'll be a much bigger critter, that's for sure. The vet, when we took him in, he weighed 6 pounds on Monday, and the vet said he'll probably be about 13 pounds when you bring him back in 3 weeks. It's like,
Oh,
ooh. So, um, anyway, and then it'll be another 3 weeks after that. Um, no, it'll be several more weeks. And I'm not sure how many, but after that, before we go on our trip. So,
not too many. September's not that many far away.
no, it's not. In 3 weeks, it'll be August 1st. That's when his next appointment is. And then, like the 3 weeks after that, we like what, the 21st?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm not sure if he'll get the fourth. They're doing 4 sets of parvo now because we have such a bad parvo problem in Amarillo.
Okay.
So,
Poor puppies.
yeah. Oh, I should have inked that one, and I didn't.
Uh-oh.
Because I didn't, I'm not going to ink this one because it would look weird if I inked one and not the other one.
Yeah. There, now it doesn't look so naked.
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah, Barbara, I really put my embossing folders in those. Really made it so much better than shoved in the box I had them in. And they're all in one place. And I have more to do still, but that really made a difference in the embossing folders. Um, I started to do my stencils the other day, and the stupid thing that I bought at the thrift store had multiple different kinds of things in it, and the cover I wanted to use is a 3-hole instead of a 2-hole, and I may just go back and take one of the pins out, but they also didn't all line up, so that was part of the problem too. So I'm going to have to piddle with that, and I needed a bigger space, but I'm hoping the embossing. And then the other thing is I had to find the right place to put my different notebooks standing up where it works. So that is, I found that, and I'm getting there, but it's always one of those things where you do this and you do that, and then you go back and you do some more and you try to figure it out. And I thought I had things where it worked real well, but it wasn't really working, and so I'm liking the embossing folder thing. So, and it's funny, I got those all of those pages when I got a notebook for something else. So that was just a really big plus. So. Um,
Well, I'm not seeing
I
anything.
gotta go check something. I'm not gonna be able to see chat. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Where did my this mouse goes to sleep all night? It's a little lonesome. What? Come on. Where are you? There you are. Oh, I gotta go back to work here pretty soon. Okay.
Okay.
I gotta do some work for a minute. I'll be right there, okay?
All right. I took out these 3 pieces, and this one says, "In my heart, I know."
That sounds pretty.
Let's see if this works. And the next one says, "The gold that glittered, fragments of the soul." It's not exactly proper grammar, but it's a nice thought.
Yeah. That's what matters.
Kimberly says she just saved a butterfly bush from death row at Lowe's. It came from Texas in May. It's now in my garden on the coast of North Carolina. What a journey. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's probably happy to be where you are because Texas is hot and dry right now.
Okay. Okay. That's good. Work.
Got it half off for $15. So
Wow.
I hope it
Yeah.
survives.
I was gonna say our Lowe's apparently has been having a lot of death row participants around here lately too, because the groups I'm on have mentioned, discounted plants and that kind of stuff. I haven't gone and gotten any, but because I've got plants here that I haven't gotten in the ground yet. So that's, like the last thing I need is to bring home another plant.
Yeah.
And of course, I got tomatoes growing in the bedroom and stuff like that, getting ready for fall. But nothing here is growing the way it normally does. So the what do I want to say?
Well, I have 3 more and 3 birds, and I don't know if these birds are going to be on here or not.
Okay.
But I have the 3 more will just be mystery.
Okay.
Anyway, I did pretty good.
Yeah, you did.
So
Where's my thingy?
that's what I did today.
You did good.
Yay.
Yay. Well, I didn't do very much at all. I just got this far. Just a minute, I'll show
Well,
you.
you can't see yours because you got it on me.
I know. I was getting there. I was getting there.
Okay. Ooh,
I just have to.
but that's pretty.
I have
But
to
you did
finish
what you
that one.
needed to do.
Yeah, I did what I needed to do. I have to finish that little spot right there, but the black ones, I just put those black dots on, and that means I have to. Hi, Violet.
Hi, Violet. Good to see you.
It's called Miss Violet. Oh no, that's her butterfly bush. Is called Miss
Oh,
Violet.
okay. I was gonna say I don't see her though.
Yeah. So, anyways, where's my thing? I've got to put the white ones on there and put the black ink around it, but I'll do that in a few minutes. There she is. She's here.
Oh,
She,
okay. Well, we're glad you're here.
yeah.
I
Um.
might use some of these people.
Ooh, those are pretty people. Those look like people out of a book, maybe.
They are. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know which people I will use, but
Mm-hmm.
I have a bunch of little people. Bunch of ladies. It was a fashions from the 17 and 1800s or something, but anyway. So
Thank you, Mina.
I may use some ink tints and paint their dresses and do some of those things.
Oh, that would be pretty. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Since I only have 3 more to go, I might do that. That way
Well, you
they'll
could take
be
that. You could take that in the house and do that.
exactly. That's what I was
So.
thinking. Do it tonight.
Mm-hmm. Well, from what I just saw, my work, I'm going to be busy working tonight. So I got to
Well,
take some
that's
more.
good. It's
Yeah, especially since it was dead as a doornail when I got on here today. I mean, dead, 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 dead. I was like, whoa, I've never seen it like this before.
Thank you,
So
Barbara. That's sweet. We always have
thank you very
fun. That's what
much.
we do the
That's
best.
I was gonna say it's about having fun. I was we do have a project, but I didn't have the brain cells to work on it today.
Are you talking about the cookbook?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
no way.
I didn't have the brain cells to work on it either, and I had to do this and get it done.
Yeah,
So I'm
so
glad you were okay with doing this.
yeah, well, I knew. I mean, I've been putting things into my Sunday bin
Yeah,
that I mean, there's always stuff that I could be doing. Like I've got some stuff I need to put Mod Podge over, and stuff like that. There was stuff I could have been doing, but I also knew I needed to get these done, so it was good timing. But I needed something that didn't require my thought processes. It just I just knew there was no brain cells in there to do anything.
yeah.
So
Well, I'm gonna have to get off and try to figure
okay.
out something with the puppy before I have to go get Hannah. So
I was gonna say yeah, because he's gonna need to go out for a little while before
yeah,
you have to take him in the car.
before I
So
decide to put him back in the crate or
yeah,
take him with
yeah,
me, and he'll probably cry either way because he's tired of being in the crate, and
right,
but he is
right.
not. He's not in a dependable place yet. So
Well, but he's been very, very good.
he has been. He did much better than I thought he would. So I'm
So,
pleased.
anyways, guys,
So we can try it again
we're
next week and see.
okay. We're really, really, really glad that you were here, and we're just really happy to be together and with all of you. And
Yes. Thank you so much
our
for coming.
yeah, bye.
Bye bye.